Marcellus and Utica shales are deep underground, and soon the local landscape could be dotted with drilling rigs to get to those rock formations.
If the Utica turns out to be oil producing, that could be very, very, very significant to this area.
While some see dollar signs, others, including the Columbiana City Council, see something much less appealing.
So if something would happen with our water supply, there's no recourse, there's no ramifications that we can act back on to fix the problem.
It's a problem that some landowners are already fighting. Several lawsuits have been filed against oil and gas companies claiming that drilling has ruined water quality. But there are government regulations in place to help prevent similar alleged issues. In Ohio, drilling is regulated by the Ohio Department of Natural Resources.
With everything, there is risk. The risk, though, is much smaller than many people might realize.
So to find out how it all works, we came here to the heart of the Marcellus shale drilling industry in northeastern Pennsylvania. This is one of 24 rigs that Chesapeake Energy operates in the area.
To protect aquifers during the drilling process, wells are constructed with layers of steel casing.
We cement each of those in place, and that seals off the aquifer.
Then, once the well is drilled, it's hydraulically fractured. That means the drill pipe is perforated and a mixture of water, sand, and chemicals is pumped down into the well under pressure. That fractures the shale rock formation and allows production of natural gas or oil to begin. It's a process that's been used in vertical wells for decades.
It has been studied. It's a engineered, highly engineered process that is safe.
And unless there's a problem in the construction phase, geologists say there's virtually no way for the water and chemicals that are pumped down into the wells to seep into our drinking water supply.
Well, number one is the depth. You're looking at the stratigraphy, which has impermeable layers between those formations and the surface. And you're looking at earth pressures that just don't allow the types of fractures that they're inducing. It doesn't allow them to migrate to the surface.
But after the fracking process is complete, some water does come back up to the surface through the well. It's called flowback water, and for some residents, it's another cause for concern. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll take a look at how our drinking water is protected from that contaminated flowback water. For Healthy Living, I'm Susan Campbell. The drilling process is intricate. The target formation more than a mile underground.
We go down vertically and we begin to access the shale rock horizontally.
And that's just the beginning of the natural gas production process. It takes about 5.5 million gallons of water to hydraulically fracture a well. Some of the water that's pumped down comes back up as flowback water, and there are 3 ways to get rid of it. The first is deep well injection.
Since we've run the program in Ohio since the early 80s, there's not one recorded incident where the injection process has contaminated any groundwater.
The second thing that can be done with flowback water is to transport it to a wastewater treatment plant. Warren's wastewater treatment plant is the first in Ohio to secure a permit to treat wastewater from drilling sites.
Ohio EPA in December gave approval for Warren to process 100,000 gallons per day of this gas well wastewater, put it through the plant, and ultimately discharge it to the Mahoning River.
Warren wants a permit for more, up to 600,000 gallons of brine water per day. But the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency is being cautious.
Unfortunately, our wastewater treatment plants really don't have the ability to filter out that salt when it goes through the treatment process. The way we're really dealing with it is to have it mixed with and diluted by the stream water and other wastewater coming into the plant.
That's why the Ohio EPA likes the third option the best. That's to recycle the flowback water. Chesapeake Energy does that with all of its wastewater.
We are able to capture that water in steel tanks and take it through what we call our Aqua Renew process, where we filter out the solids and we get that water back to a condition that we simply can reuse or recycle it and take it to the next job, and we're able to use it there.
But if a spill would happen at the actual drill site, there are multiple layers of protection in place. Under this mat, there's a plastic liner. Under that, there's a tear-proof piece of fabric, and under that, there's a whole layer of rock.
And though it's standard practice for drilling companies to test water quality before drilling starts, local health departments recommend that landowners get their water tested through an independent certified lab.
If there's some leakage during the drilling, they would want to know the quality of their water before, and that way they could compare it to the quality of the water after.
Just one more way to protect the water we drink if the rigs roll in. For Healthy Living, I'm Susan Campbell.